I have been sick as a dog for 6 days. I've only had my voice back for 1 day. 1 day. And it got me to thinking. There are some great games I've played when I didn't feel well that made me feel a little bit better. So if you're not feeling great right now, maybe try a couple of these games. They might perk you up a little bit. When I feel like crap, I don't want to play a game that involves me having to do a bunch of split-second reaction stuff, and this is the perfect game for that. It keeps your mind working so you can at least stay awake, but it's not going to use up a lot of your energy. And it's Slay the Spire. This is really one of those games that you could play for years and never really get tired of it. I know I probably have 600 or 700 hours into this game. So does my wife. We both played it when we were sick before, and it kept us going, really, to tell you the truth. It gave us something to look forward to other than just sitting around and like watching reruns of Friends all day. You pick one of the 4 characters in the game. They all have their strengths and weaknesses, and they start with a pre-built deck of cards. And this is a deck builder game. As you ascend up the tower, you gain new cards to add into your deck, and you make clever decisions about what to add and what not to add until you finally build a deck that you hope is good enough to get you through the last boss. Of course, there are tons of unlockables and alternate routes and elite battles you can do, all kinds of great stuff to add a lot of variety to this game. And the 4 different characters all play extremely differently, and they all have their own decks and cards. So there's not really any overlap between them. I was really good with 2 of them when I first started. My wife was good with not either one of those characters. And it was really interesting to see the tactics that she and I would employ to try to get past those harder challenges in the game. What I like about this game in particular, and all of these games really, is they have little quick dopamine bursts. You do a lot of fights when you play Slay the Spire, maybe like 45 or 50. And each one that you win, you get to pick a new card or a new relic or a new ability or a new potion or something. You're constantly unlocking something. That gives you a little bit of energy to continue going. It's a fantastic game to play if you're not feeling well. It's a great game to play no matter what. I would recommend this game to literally any person that likes puzzle games or deck builders. It's a fantastic game. Up next, we have a game that I played with my daughter one time when we were both really sick. While this isn't my favorite kind of game to play, which is a farming simulator, it just makes me feel like I'm doing chores. Sometimes when you can't get up off the couch, just the idea of being able to get up and do a chore is really liberating. So you get to live your normal life vicariously through this game. And it's Stardew Valley. There's no rush with this game. You get up in the morning, you tend your crops, you water the plants, you chop some trees and break up some stone, go into town and sell your stuff, buy a cow or 2. And just continue saving up for that grain silo that you want so much so you can finally raise some chickens. You don't really even need to do anything. I saw a video where a guy just let his character go untouched for like 100 days in the game. The game just keeps going regardless of whether you play or not. But it is fun to pick weeds and build stuff to grow your farm. And you can play this split screen co-op. And my daughter loves this game. And I loved playing it with her. It kept us happy that week while we didn't feel great. So Stardew Valley is a great one to pull out. You're just feeling a little bit under the weather and you just want to play as a character that has all the energy in the world. Except for the fact that you can run out of energy in the game and just pass out walking down the street. Which is kind of how I feel right now. Now, both of those games are the kind of game you can just play indefinitely. You just every day put in an hour or 2, but maybe you don't feel that way. Maybe you just want something hard-hitting and impactful emotionally, but not in terms of gameplay. Well, the best example of a game that you can beat in just a few hours, it kind of challenges your mind a little bit and has a stellar presentation and a fantastic story, is Return of the Obra Dinn. I've never seen any other game that had an art style like this. It's one of the most striking and dramatic art styles I've ever seen. To go along with it is an incredible soundtrack that is just beyond reproach, really. You're an insurance adjuster who is sent in to investigate some mysterious circumstances that happened on this ship that came rolling up into port called the Obra Dinn, and everybody on board is dead. Now, by using context clues and looking at the things around you, you unlock these flashbacks to the past to eventually unravel this huge and mysterious story of what went on this ship. And you kind of start at the end of the story and you work your way back to the beginning. And it is fascinating. You have unsavory characters, you have military characters, you have stowaways, you have all kinds of different people. And the way their stories all interact with each other is fascinating. It's a really interesting game. There isn't just like one big twist in this game. It's like every chapter is a big twist. And as you unravel more and more and more of what's going on, it just becomes more and more rewarding and satisfying to play. And each step you make feels huge in terms of your progression, till eventually you fill in the entire manifest of every person that was on board, what happened to them, what their demise was. But this is a straight up masterpiece game. I've never played any sort of investigation game that's as good as this. And it's perfect if you're just laid up for a couple days and you want to play through something interesting that won't wear you out. So give Return of the Obra Dinn a shot. I promise you, you will be pleasantly surprised. Now, I lied in the intro. This is a game I actually haven't played, but my wife sure has played a lot of it and she recommended it for the video. I have watched many hours of people playing and streaming this game, and I'm very intrigued by it and I want to play it, but I'm waiting for a physical version to come out on consoles. Hopefully it'll be out on the Switch. But that game is Vampire Survivors. Everybody knows what this game is. Everybody's seen it. Everybody's playing it. Pick a character, you pick a stage. Much like Slay the Spire, you're trying to build your character in this auto battler. You don't really do any combat. You just move around and hope that the choices you've made are statistically good enough to carry you through the game. You're constantly unlocking things. There's always something new to do. The thrill of trying to survive till the end of the round, whether that be, I can't remember if it's 15 or 30 minutes, say 15 minutes, is enough to give you a little bit of energy. And those constant unlocks give you a good dopamine response, which will make you feel a little bit better. Like I said, everybody's played this game. It looks like a lot of fun. It looks like kind of mindless fun, which is maybe exactly what you need. If you're laid up in bed somewhere not feeling great and all you've got is your cell phone in your pocket, consider downloading this game and giving it a shot. I'm sure it'll make you feel a little bit better, or at least distract you long enough to heal up. Now, this last one could actually be any RPG, but I went with the one that seems like it would make me feel the best right now. And that game is Persona 4. You're a student visiting a small town, and people are going missing late at night. Apparently anyone that watches a TV during a rainstorm at midnight gets sucked into the TV and they disappear. And you and your friends are tasked with going into this alternate reality and saving them. And that's fun, but the best parts of these games are what happens in between that, where you just go to class, you take tests, you build up relationships with the people around you, you even get like side jobs and stuff. That's really cool. Once again, a good example of doing something you can't do in reality right now. So any JRPG might be perfect, but I think the Persona series specifically is very good to play when you're not feeling very well. If you've stuck around this long, I really appreciate it. Just doing this video gave me some energy, and we'll be back to normal content again next week, hopefully. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked the video and you want to see more of me, consider hitting that subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you know when the new videos come out. They come out every Saturday, come hell or high water, obviously. Leave me a comment. I'm still answering every one of them. And give me a thumbs up. That's the best way to help me with the YouTube algorithm. Like I said, guys, thank you so much. I'd like to take this as an opportunity to thank the channel members and Patreon supporters. You can see their names on the screen right now. If you'd like to get early access to videos, get access to member exclusive videos, get your name in a video, or even pick a game from my backlog for me to play, you can do that by going down to the description below, finding the link to join the channel, or going on over to Patreon. You can do it for as little as 99 cents a month. The best way to help is to watch the videos, to like and comment and subscribe. But if you want to do a little bit more, I'd appreciate it very much. So thank you so much, guys. If you're not feeling well, I hope you feel better, and I'll catch you guys next time.